So guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, Due to popular demands, so many are asking me on how they can create their expression of interest for the OINP. So now I'm gonna discuss that today. First is, of course, you need to find the web page, same as this thing. This is the Ontario.ca. So this is the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program Expression of Interest System Streams. Uh, in here, you can learn how to apply for a nomination for permanent residence in Ontario if you are an international student or have a job offer. So it doesn't necessarily that you are only an international student, but it's also applicable for anyone who have a job offer here in Ontario. So as an overview, the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program uses an expression of interest system to manage its applications for the following streams. So I have already discussed the foreign worker streams on my other videos. I'll put the link below of that. But prior to that, you need to know first how to create your expression of interest, receive an invitation, and then you can go for that videos on how you can apply for the foreign worker stream. Okay, so registering allows the OINP to gather important information about you in order to rank and select those who are most likely to meet Ontario's economic and labor market needs based on one of or more of the following attributes. So they are selecting you based on your education, language, regional immigration, skills and work experience, earning history, other factors relevant to employment prospects and strategic priorities. So different streams have different requirements. All of that is properly written and explained on each page. So before you apply, this is how to register an expression of interest. The information you provide in your expression of interest must be accurate at the time you register or update your expression of interest. So first things first, you need to have the attestation form. This is the attestation form. You must be completed on the same day you register your expression of interest. So the dates that you have to put on your attestation form should be the same dates as you applied for your expression of interest. And should you receive an invitation to apply, you are required to upload this form as part of application. So take note, guys. Sometimes you submitted your EOI months before you receive an ITA or a year before you receive an ITA. So just be careful that when you receive an ITA and you're about to apply for it, make sure that the attestation form dates is the same as your EOI registration day, not as your date of application for the OINP. So you can only register one expression of interest per OINP stream at any given time. So like, let's say you want to register for the skilled worker, you can only create one for the skilled worker and another one for international student. That is possible in here. With regards to fees, there is no fee to register an expression of interest, so it's all free. If you are invited to apply to the program, you will be required to pay an application fee at that time. So application fees differ by stream and differ by locations, like if you're in GTA or outside GTA. So again, during the application, no fees, no money involved. You just need to create your EOI. So once you receive your invitation, you can fill in all your information, and then during the submission, that's the time where you're gonna pay something for your stream or for your application. Updating information, you can update your expression of interest in the OINP. e-filing portal with new information at any time up until the time you receive an invitation to apply or your expression of interest is deleted. So anytime you can update your EOI until you have the ITA. Once you have your ITA, you cannot change anything. Your information would be the same. So the validity of your EOI, your expression of interest registration will remain valid for up to 12 months until you receive an invitation to apply or until you withdraw your registrations. But after 12 months, your EOI will automatically be deleted. So it's only for 12 months or 1 year, and it's not automatically like renewal, renewing. So you have to create another after 12 months. So this is where you need to click to register an expression of interest, and I want to show you how to fill in those informations. Let's say click this, register an expression of interest, and then you will have this ontarioimmigration.gov.on.ca. So click I'm not a robot and continue. So you have here the returning user, new applicant, new representative. So returning user is for the users who have already previously registered for the OINP. Like let's say you already registered and you want to check something or change on informations on your file, then you can click this register or returning user. But if a new applicant, you can click this new applicant. And if you are a representative, you have to click the new representative. So since now I'm showing you an example, so we go for the new applicant, a new applicant who wants to register. Click that. So this will come out, Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program e-filing. There is an important notice here. For security purposes, please ensure that you click on Log Out in the top left-hand corner of the OINP e-filing portal when you have finished, and then close, exit your browser. This is just an important note so that you will never have problems later on if you're using an internet outside of your home or something. So that's the double purpose. So there you go. These are all the streams. You have the job offer for the foreign worker stream, international student, in demand, French speaking, human capital priorities, skilled trade stream, master's graduates, PhD, and entrepreneur. So you can select any of these. So since I have given you an explanation to the employer job offer foreign worker stream, so I would like also to show how you can create your EOI for the foreign worker stream. So click that, just say yes. This is the application registration part 1. Type in your last name. Let's say my last name is Moreno. First name, let's say my first name is Scott. And my birthday, let's say just an example. Yeah. So next. Can access your account, sign in, sign up now. There you go. You can sign up here with some of the security questions. Again, this is just an example, so all the information put in here is nothing. It's just purely an example. So choose your one key ID. Let's say Scott Moreno. Password, let's say password. No, still simple. Written matching. Sorry. So recovery information, you can put any of your recovery informations in here. Like, let's say, this is just a random. And optional recovery email address. So we can sign up now. There you go. Then password. Answers cannot be repeated. Okay, there you go. Just put your number. So confirmation you have successfully registered your OneKey account. So you can continue. Note guys, during filling up of this form, I didn't put any of my emails, but it's better if you put in your emails right away. So I can create continue. Registering an expression of interest. There you go. Welcome to the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program Expression of Interest System. The first step in the application process to the OINP is to register an EOI profile in order to be placed in a selection pool. You will be required to do for the following streams. So all of these streams listed. So move it down here and then you click here next. Your profile, it's there. So you just need to fill in because this would be like your profile. So let's say cellular, you can type here wherever you are. Since I'm in Canada, so I type Canada. The number required, this is only an example. Sorry, not now. Email address. This is just an example, so I need to put in email address sample. So let's say okay, timecanada.reality.com, thereality@gmail.com. That's my YouTube channel. Then Canada dream into reality. Why doesn't that then Canada? Then there you go, country of residence. You can put here your country from anywhere in the world. So since I'm coming from Canada, I need to find here Canada. Where is it? There you go. Passport number. You need to fill in your passport number. So this, again, this is just an example. So I'll put in some example of the passport number. Next. So basically, this is the next questions here. Select the occupations for your job offer. So you can select any of the occupations for your job offer, but for like, let's say, just an example, I'll go for just an example, yeah. What is the hourly wage? Just an example. But the information you have to fill in here is the actual job offer and NOC code and your actual hourly base on your job offer. Select the occupation of your Canadian work experience. So have you got any Canadian work experience? If not, then you select NA. But if you have a Canadian work experience, you can select here. Let's say, example, I have Canadian work experience of carpenters. Please enter your full-time equivalent work experience in Canada in the last 5 years. Let's say for the last 5 years, I've been working here for 1 to 2 years. What was your total highest pre-tax income as stated in your Canada revenue for the last 5 years? Take note, guys, that even it's optional here, it makes a difference because if you put something in here, if you put value in here, like let's say more than 40,000 a year, you would have an additional points. But if you did not put anything, there's no additional points for you. Let's say I don't want to put anything in there, so it's an optional. You click next. There you go. Next question is what is your highest level of education? So this can be a Canadian or foreign education. You can select, let's say you did a master's degree. Select the primary field of study of your highest field of education. Let's say you have an engineering. Again, this is just an example, so don't compare that I selected my work as a carpenter, but then I have a master's degree in engineering. So basically, it needs to be the exact informations that spur what you really have. So please enter information for each earned educational credential. If you enter the Canadian credentials, please do not to enter the same credential below. If you have no additional eligible Canadian education, please include at least one recent credential earned outside of Canada. Let's say you graduated in 2018. Level of education, as what I said there, master's, field of study, as I said there, engineering. Country of education, let's say Canada, or anywhere in the world. Territory, let's say I'm in Ontario, city or town, let's say I'm in Toronto, and name of institution, just an example, Georgian College. You can add those. Oh, add if you have another one, but that's enough. And then if you have more than 5 education credentials for programs at least 2 years in length, please select this box. You have to select that. So normally you just need to fill in here your highest education. So if you have a master's, I don't think you still need to fill in like your elementary education, secondary education, and even your college education. So just fill in your master's degree, especially if it's already uh, been assessed by the World Education Services or WES or any agencies that assess your education to match with the Canadian qualifications. So next, there you go. Please select the language proficiency you have completed. So it can be at EF Canada, TCF Canada, IELTS, or SALPIP. Again, it's not necessarily that you have this test. It depends on your stream. But for my stream as a foreign worker, it's really not required. It's really not required. But since I did a self-pip, I will just click here self-pip. So just an example of grade on your self-pip. I'll put all done. But if, it's also okay if you don't put anything on that. Test update, just an example. Let's say 2021. Make sure the test of date is valid. So it's normally, I think, 2 years from the last time you take, it'd be still valid. But after that, it wouldn't be valid. You need to take again another test. So again, this is depends on your stream. For the international student, you need to take an IELTS. But for the foreign workers, you don't need that. So date of results release, just an example. Last 2nd of July 2021. And then next, select the location of your job offer from the list of census divisions where you will work, or if working in more than one location, select the location where you will report. So if your company has so many branches, the place you have to select here is where are you gonna go for your work, or where are you going to report. Let's say you're going to report in Toronto. Again, guys, this will be like actually the basis of your payment later on if you got the invitation, because as I said, the GTA has different uh, payment amount than outside the GTA. So Toronto is for sure a GTA. So if you have acquired an education credential granted by an institution in Ontario that you physically attended, please select the location that you physically attended if you have. So let's say, I think it's fine not to select if you don't have any. Just next. So if you are registering for EOI as part of your OINP special project or pilot, please check the relevant boxes here. So this is based on the economic mobility project pilots or whatsoever. I'm not aware of it, so leave it blank. Next. The following tables provide a summary based on the responses you provided for the EOI questionnaire. Once you click submit, your EOI will be entered in the selection pool and it will be ranked based on your score. So based on the information you have inputted on the questionnaires, they will they will give you a score on that. So just an example for what I have did here. This is the scoring factors. So for my NOC skill level, that's the skill level B, I have 8 points. NOC skill type, it's trades, I have 5 points. NOC job offer, carpenters, no points at all. Job offer hourly rate 25, 5 points. Canadian work experience, 0 points. Canadian work experience NOC, no points. Canadian work experience, length of employment, 4 points. Canadian work experience earning, 0. So this is what I said, if you put something in there like more than 40,000 or something, you would have something in here. In your education, this dash means it's not necessarily important for this stream. So they are not giving you a score, even you did a master in engineering whatsoever, there's no score. So that's the dash means. Otherwise, they will put just 0 if it's 0. So here in the language, as what I have said, the highest official language ability is CLB10. It's also no score because you are on the stream where the IELTS is not required. So knowledge of both officials is no. So education and language is not important for the foreign workers stream. They are not giving you a score based on that. The regionalization, job offers, Toronto, and location of studies here. So location of study is also not important, but for the job offer locations, if you select outside the GDA, it will be much higher. So let's say as an example here, I have 28 points. It's pretty, I think, fair, but normally the one who receives an invitation is around 33. So, but it also depends on your NOC. Sometimes they are inviting for as low as 26 points. So when you click that next, you would have your full legal name, date of birth and today's date, and then just a signature, and then submit. So once you submit, you already entered in the pool of interest of expression. So as you can see, guys, you didn't sign in any of the forms in here. It's just right away filling up all the information because this is how you create your expression of interest. So I hope you learned something new again on my vlog, and thank you guys for watching, and see you again on my future vlogs regarding all this OINP and all the immigration pathways to Canada.